Hey y'all, welcome back to Crime Time with Mal. My name is Mal, in case you have never seen me before. Hi. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I really truly appreciate it. And if you're returning to my channel, thank you so much for your constant support. I love each and every single one of y'all so very much. Words will just never be able to describe. Today's video is a solved case, and you guys, we're gonna need a trigger warning on this case. Again, a lot of my solved cases have needed trigger warnings, but I feel like that should be a given because it is a true crime video. But so if y'all have not heard about this case, it's going to make y'all very mad, and I'm sorry I keep bringing videos in that is triggering, but they are just wow. We are talking about Amina and Sarah Said, two young, sweet, beautiful teenage girls that were taken away way too soon. They were found in a taxi cab in front of the Omni Hotel, and let's just get into this video. So if you are new, real quick, I do true crime obviously on this channel. I mainly focus on missing people and unsolved cases just to spread awareness and get the word out, because my mission in this channel is to help spread the word, help, you know, hopefully get answers for some of these cases. And I will throw in a solved case like this from time to time just to give us a little break and some conclusions. So if you enjoy content like that and you enjoy my channel, I would love for you to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Amina and her younger sister Sarah were such beautiful girls. They were known as to be very kind and very well educated. Amina actually wanted to go to college to become a doctor. Amina was born in 1989, and she was more of a girly girl. She was a little tomboyish, but she liked pink, and she, you know, liked more of the girly stuff. She was more outspoken, more of a social butterfly. Whereas Sarah, who was born in 1990, she was more of the tomboy and more timid and shy and reserved. They also had an older brother named Islam, who was born in 1988, and their dad, Yasser, had a daughter from a previous relationship who was born in 1987. So Yasser was born in Egypt, and he came to the US on a student visa in 1983, and then shortly after, in 1987, he met Patricia Owens, who their friends called Tissy. So Patricia was 15 and Yasser was 29. I feel like we've been here before, you guys. When Yasser and Patricia got together, her family was not too happy about this. In fact, her sister said that she pretty much had a breakdown and they got married. Patricia said that Yasser promised her the world. He was pretty well off, so he promised her a bunch of things. He also owned quite a bit of land and promised her a new life. And Patricia grew up pretty poor, her and her family, so she wanted to get away from that. That excited her, enticed her, and I think he knew that. And at first, Yasser did treat Patricia really well. But then 6 months to a year went in, and he started to change and showed Patricia his true colors. He was a taxi cab driver, and Patricia said that she constantly worked. She was always. Then he started controlling her more. Not only was she constantly working, but she wasn't allowed to now see her family. See, he had a thing with Americans. He did not like Americans. He did not want his kids to date them. He didn't even want Patricia to see her family. I'm not quite even sure why he married an American if he hated Americans so bad, allegedly. And then he started to become physically abusive with Patricia. There's even a picture of him holding a knife up to Patricia's throat, making her do it. And you can clearly see in the picture she is not wanting to participate in this. And he was starting to get abusive with the girls as well. There's actually a video of her holding Yasser's gun and like talking to him, and he's sitting there just filming her. At one point at the end, she turns the around and like points it to him. I don't know, it's a very disturbing video, and especially for what I'm about to tell you, it even gets worse. And Sarah and Amina's grandmother, which is Patricia's mom, she said that Amina came to Patricia when Amina was like 9 years old and said that Yasser was messing with them, if y'all know what I mean. And Patricia actually moved out with the kids and a police report was filed. They talked to the girls, there was a police report written up, and in that police report it says that the girls said, but all of a sudden the girls recanted their story. And their aunt said that Amina told some of the family members that the reason that they recanted their story is because their mom and dad made them do it. Your job as a parent, mom, is to protect your kids. And so Yasser continues the abuse to these girls well into their teens, and there's more video footage of Yasser acting really, really inappropriate with the girls.
Nice legs. I got this. Take this blanket from this one in the back.
No!
Go.
No! Get away!
Take.
No!
But still, no more allegations were filed. Amina met a guy, a very sweet, caring boy, actually, and they met at karate class. So Joseph, which is his name, he said that the instant he saw Amina, he like was stunned and his jaw dropped to the ground, and he was just in awe of her beauty and fell in love with her very quickly. They were together for 4 years, y'all. Amina would actually even tell Joseph about all the abuse from her father, and Joseph promised Amina that he was going to take her away so that she did not have to deal with this anymore. And this is just like Romeo Juliet. Oh my gosh, it's a real life Romeo and Juliet story. It's so heartbreaking. But their father, Yasser, did not want them to date Americans. As I said earlier, he believed in arranged marriages, and he actually took the girls to Egypt several times to look at prospects, and he was going to sell the girls to a family in Egypt to get an arranged marriage. I feel like you should love who you want to love. Amina ended up also getting a part-time job, and Yasser would film her at this job also.
She smiled to the customer.
Bubba, she has to. Part of her job.
She's in trouble.
He even allegedly bugged their cars, tapped into their phone and into their emails. He would call numbers back that he didn't recognize just so he can find out who it was and if it was a guy or a girl. There is, like, I get, you know, you wanting to protect your kids, and I watch my 12-year-old like a hawk. There ain't nothing in that bedroom that she, well, maybe just a little, but nothing serious. I watch her. I am very aware of what she does, but I do believe in hovering. If you do it too much, they are going to go the complete opposite way. Amina and Joseph did not care what Yasser said. They wanted to be together, and they were going to be together. They kept it on the down low for a very long time. They would pass notes back and forth, and remember, they were together for 4 years, but they would pass notes back and forth to each other, and they even had their own language, their own way of communicating with each other, so nobody else would understand what they were talking about. Amina even had another cell phone, like a burner phone, just so she could communicate with Joseph. During Joseph and Amina's relationship, Amina constantly told him how scared she was of her dad, and actually sent pictures to Ruth, Joseph's mom, of her family, and said, if you see these people around your house or anywhere near you, you need to immediately get to safety and be scared. You guys, I could not imagine. There are so many red flags here. Why didn't these girls get helped? Like, and their relationship was more than just puppy love. Like I said, they were planning on going to Las Vegas together to elope. And those letters that they wrote back and forth, Yasser found those and beat Amina for those. She had blood everywhere. He was furious, and while he was beating her, he was saying, "You better tell me where Joseph is." And Amina refused to say where she is because she knew what he was gonna do. And my battery died. Within days of Yasser finding these love notes, he picks up his family and moves 20 miles away from Bedford to Louisville, Texas. Joseph said one day, Amina was just gone and he was heartbroken. And Yasser was dedicated to keep them apart. But y'all know, a love like that, y'all cannot keep apart. You just can't. They're gonna find a way to be together, whether they have to sneak around and do it or... But Amina was depressed there. She did not want to be there, and she would communicate with Joseph finally, and she would tell him through emails that she didn't want to be there, and she was going to use her dad's weapon to take her own life. She ends up sending him, I'm sorry, I said she sent him emails. I meant to say she sent letters, not emails. So she ends up sending more letters. And another letter, she says that her dad's planning on taking her to Egypt again, sell her to the highest bidder over in Egypt. And she refuses to take part in this, and them two will get married, and that she loves them and they want to work on it. And Joseph agrees that they want to be together. So because of Amina refusing to go to Egypt, this again made Yasser furious, and he pulled his out on the girls and threatened to take their life. Another flag. Another flag. How many flags do we need? Sorry, I'm not yelling at y'all. At this point, the girls knew they had to get away. Like, no doubt about it. They have to get away. And Patricia, their mom, wanted to go with them. They packed everything up and they drove from Texas to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they broke their phones. They broke the SIM cards. They threw away the phones, got new phones, and Amina called her beloved Joseph and wanted to make sure that they were still on the same page. And lo and behold, of course, they were. But Patricia made a mistake. She called Yasser. And now Yasser has her phone number, and he is calling her constantly, asking for her to come back, and he misses the girls, y'all know, giving her this sob story. Amina is seeing all this phone call. Her mom's starting to cave, and shortly after Christmas, her mom asked the girls to come with them back home to visit their family, her mom's family, for Christmas. But the girls were not quite sure about this. They were kind of hesitant on it, which, yeah, I don't blame them. But their mom promised that they would not go see them and they would stay at her sister's house. And they agreed. They trusted their mom. Case makes me so mad. They arrive back in Louisville, and then their mom drops a bombshell. She says, well, girls, I'm going back to your dad. And they are shocked. Sarah does reluctantly agree, but Amina is no. She says, hell no, I'm not going. I'm going to go stay at a friend's house. So Amina goes and stays at a friend's house. Sarah goes back with her mom and her dad. And what is Yasser doing? Manipulation at its finest. Of course, he's now calling Amina, begging Amina, at least just come visit me. Come talk to me. Just come visit for a little bit. Finally, Amina agrees. He says, you know, let's just go out to dinner and talk. So Patricia goes and picks up Amina, and they head back to the house. When Amina arrives, the girls get into their dad's taxi cab and head off. My heart is now breaking. Now, 911 gets a disturbing phone call, and it's Sarah, grasping her last bit of air.
What's going on, ma'am?
I'm dying, that's what's up.
Irving Fire Department. Ma'am, are you still there? Ma'am, are you still there? All I've got is she's telling me she's dying. I've got a... Why are you still there, ma'am? Ma'am, what is your address?
Shortly after that call from Sarah, another 911 call comes in, and it's somebody saying that there's a taxi cab outside of the front of the Omni Hotel. When cops arrive, they find Amina with 2 bullet wounds, and then they find Sarah with 9 bullet wounds. 9. She made that phone call to 911 with 9. Girl. Not only that, but she said who it was that did it. Law enforcement immediately rushed over to Yasser's house. They searched everywhere, and he is gone. He took off. Now, while everybody is shocked and broken and devastated over this loss of these 2 beautiful, amazing, sweet, innocent girls, they also have to deal with Yasser being on the run and being scared for that and not knowing. I mean, I couldn't imagine. And my heart goes out to every single person in this family, because y'all are some strong ass people, and keep on pushing. You got this. And Joseph, as you can imagine, is completely devastated. The love of his life is just gone. So young. So much life to live, so much to do in life, like, just gone. And he didn't eat and drink anything for days. He slept a lot, and he ended up having to get some help, and I'm so happy that he got help. Sarah was also dating an American boyfriend, and you know, this was against Yasser's beliefs, and his girls dishonored him. His girls did not do him justice. So in his culture, when that happens, you do a honorable murder, and that's what was there, kind of saying, you dishonor me, well, I'm gonna honor my name for you. Yasser Said is on the run for not only months, not only years, over a decade. He is on the FBI most wanted list, and they are searching for him everywhere until a break in the case comes on August 2017. A maintenance worker at an apartment complex that Yasser's son owns, Islam, he spots Yasser. He reports a man matching Yasser's description inside Islam's apartment. When detectives show him the pictures of Yasser, he confirms it's him. Approximately 6:30 p.m. later on that night, detectives go and confront Islam to go ask him some questions, and allegedly he is pissed, to say the least. He is not cooperative, and he just refused to do the interview, refused to cooperate. And then around 1 a.m., he calls somebody, don't know who it is, but he calls them and says, we have a problem. And now a search warrant is executed on the apartment. When police go in, they arrive to an empty apartment. However, they do notice the sliding glass door is open. So when they go check that out, they see that there's bushes like around the patio. And they notice one of the bushes had broken branches, and it was like a flat spot, like somebody had fell in the bushes. So they're inspecting it, and they notice a pair of glasses. They confiscate those glasses, go back inside the apartment, check around everything, collect up some cigarette butts and a toothbrush. Other than that, nothing's really out of the ordinary. FBI sends this evidence over to a crime lab in Virginia to test it for its DNA. It comes back as a very high possibility as Amina and Sarah's biological father. And 3 years later, August 2020, this past August. So you guys, he's been on the run this long. This was just recent. He got caught. This blows my mind. He needs to rot. Okay, we'll continue. Hold on. Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So police began 24-hour surveillance on this home in Justin, Texas that belongs to Yasser's brother, Yassain. I am so butchering that name, and I apologize. I mean, no disrespect, but just ignore her. So it's Yasser's brother's daughter. So the home belongs to Yasser's niece. They observed these two men entering and exiting the home for about a week, and then they execute the search warrant. Yasser was arrested on August 26, 2020. His son was arrested in another county the same day. His brother was also arrested that day. His brother and his son were charged with basically conspiring to keep a fugitive, harboring a fugitive. And as you can imagine, this is a very rewarding day for law enforcement. And this is a huge victory. Now this man is where he deserves.
13 years since police say Yasser Said killed his 17 and 18-year-old daughters, Sarah and Amina, on New Year's Day.
This man brutally murdered, shot to death, his two daughters in his taxi cab.
Wednesday, Irving police joined the FBI to announce that after thousands of tips and 6 years on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list, Said had been captured in Justin, Texas, in Denton County.
We have tirelessly followed every lead, never losing faith or hope that we would one day locate and arrest Yasser Said.
So everybody, I believe, is awaiting trial right now. Islam and Yasser's brother, they could get up to 30 years in prison on their charges, and Yasser is being charged with capital murder and could get the death penalty. Y'all let me know in the comments down below if you are pro or against the death penalty. That is a very iffy topic, and I'm curious to know your opinions. Don't fight in the comments down below. Everybody has their own opinion. It is entitled to their own opinion. So let's just be adults and talk about it in the comment. And this case is heartbreaking. I say this in all these cases, but they are all heartbreaking. And my heart goes out to the family. My opinion is there were tons of red flags, and this situation could have completely been avoided. But I do believe that Patricia had like some sort of battered women syndrome, because she was with this man since she was 15 years old, and Lord knows what this man put her through in that time. You being damaged by somebody really can take a mental toll on that person, and I don't know. I feel like more should have been done. If you like videos like this or solved cases, or if you just like my channel and want to support it, I would really appreciate it. Every like will help get my channel out to the YouTube world so that more people can find me, and I can hopefully get the word out and spread awareness on these missing cases that I do. So I really appreciate all y'all's love and support. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video. And remember to always be kind. Watch out for red flags, y'all, and be safe. Watch out for those red flags. Don't listen to people's words. They don't always match up to their actions. Somebody's actions will tell you a whole lot more than you need to know than with somebody just speaking. I will see you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye.